Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Greetings in the name of the Right Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. I must greet you today in the name of Nanny of the Maroon. I must greet you today in the name of Paul Bogle. I must greet you today in the name of Samuel Sharp. I must greet you today in the name of Chief Taki. These are our freedom fighters. These are people who gave up their life, some of them fighting the struggle for our emancipation. They say they gave us emancipation in 1834, but can we still be emancipated because of certain things that has been happening to us as a race of people, not just in Jamaica, but right across the world? Well, today that they say they give us as Emancipation Day is a day that I'm going to explore some things to you. I'm going to tell you about a case that has been going on for 2 years, and the Supreme Court chose the day before Emancipation Day to bring you the results of that case. There's a 5-year-old little girl who's dreadlocked. On the eve of Emancipation Day, the Supreme Court ruled that the constitutional rights of a 5-year-old girl were not breached in 2018 when she was denied access to the Kensington Primary School, a prestigious school in St. Catherine, because of her dreadlock hair. Emancipation Day, August 1st, is celebrated in Jamaica to mark the end of slavery in the British Empire. Really now? Really and truly now? Let's dig deeper into this case, and then I will give you my summary at the end of the reading. Let's take a listen. This is important. The ruling has shocked human rights advocates and puzzled the parents of the 5-year-old. The child's father, Dale Virgo, believed that Jamaica is taking a backward step at precisely the time that the rest of the world is embracing change in bucking systematically racist thinking as a result of the Black Lives Matter movement. It is just backward thinking and bureaucratic ideals being enforced, Dale Virgo, a well-known musician, told a newspaper. Despite the court's ruling, Virgo insisted that come September, he will neither be cutting his daughter's hair nor removing her from Kensington Primary, which is located in Greater Portmore in St. Catherine. I'm not going to remove her, but if they are willing to remove her, I have no problem going with another school, he said. The ruling ends a 2-year fight that begins in August of 2018 when Jamaicans for Justice, JFJ, on behalf of the girl's parent, obtained an order preventing the Board of Management from blocking the girl's admission. The human rights group challenged the school position on the basis that enforcement of the rule would violate constitutionally protected human rights of the child and their family, and that no other remedy existed to prevent the threat of that violation given the school's demand. The court's ruling has delivered a cutting blow to the Rastafarian movement, as it rejects one of the most recognizable symbols of the culture, the growing of the covenant, the dreadlocks. My reaction is that it's unfortunate. Human rights crusader and attorney at law Isaac Buchanan, who himself is a Rastafarian, said, "The written judgment is not out yet, so it is very difficult to determine what the reason of the court is without seeing it." Rastafarianism is a spiritual movement based on the belief in Selassie divinity that took root in Jamaica following the coronation of Ethiopia Emperor Haile Selassie I in 1930. Its followers congregated around preachers like Leonard Howell, who founded the first prominent Rastafarian community in 1940 and was later spurred by the Pan-African movement and particularly the teaching of Jamaican-born Marcus Garvey. Later, the movement had earned global attention thanks to the music of devoted Rastafarian Bob Marley. So, In Jamaica, this ruling sticks in the craw of every Rastafarian who sees the covenant as an expression of beautiful black hair in its natural state, as a symbol of the island's cultural heritage, identity, and race as a Jamaican people. Across the world, children who wear dreadlocks have won constitutional battles against oppressive schools that have sought to deny them attendance on the basis on discriminatory anti-lax rules or policy. In Malawi, a 6-year-old girl was allowed to return to school thanks to a landmark court ruling forcing state schools to accept children wearing their hair the Rastafarian way. The case was galvanized by her family, who joined forces with dozens of other Rastafarian parents to try to force the education system to end discrimination against children from one of the country's smallest religious minority. In Jamaica, school boards are empowered to make rules under the Education Act in consultation with staff and students. The Ministry of Education in 2018 developed a student dress and grooming policy which was aimed at safeguarding against non-discriminatory treatment of students. The policy recognizes that where there are schools with rules which seeks to prevent students with certain hairstyle, such as locks, from admission, exceptions must be made. However, it fails to implicitly state that children with dreadlocks, irrespective of religious reasons, must not be prevented from attending school and getting an education. That is the trap that they set in this act. Because it should be exclusive. It should mean that any child, anywhere, once you want to wear or your parents want you to wear that hairstyle, right? And keep your culture in tune, you should not be discriminated against. Recently, Foota Hype made some statements on YouTube talking about Rastafarian. Now, Foota Hype is my friend. I love Foota Hype. But some of the statement that Foota Hype said, he went a little bit too far. You understand where I'm coming from. But some of them that he said is true. In a situation like this, Rastafarian must now pile up in their numbers. Pile up in their numbers and come out and support this brother Dale Virgo. Because if we do not throw our support towards our own culture, then soon my dreadlocks will be ripped from my hair like what they did in 1963 under the then Bustamante rule government. Jamaica, I am telling you, this should not allow to slide. We have hundreds of thousands of Rastafarian or some people sporting dreadlocks who are not really Rastafarian must come out and support this cause. They say today is our Emancipation Day. I say my emancipation started from the womb. I was never a slave. You can enslave my physical body, but my mind is much more powerful for you to enslave. I know and I think what I want to think, whenever I want to think it, and that is not controlled by no mere mortal on earth. Isaac Buchanan is the son of reggae legend, reggae icon, Big Youth, Mandy Buchanan, my friend. And he knows that his father back in the days, as a Rastafarian, had to go through a lot of terrible things. So Mr. Buchanan, Isaac Buchanan, attorney at law Buchanan, if you need our assistance as Rastafarian, and I'm calling on all my Rastafarian brethren, Brother Dale Virgo, if you need our assistance to protest this, because your daughter should go to any school she so chose to in this country, we fought for it. Let not the blood of Nanny of the Maroon, let not the blood of Taki, Chief Taki, let not the blood of Samuel Shaw or Paul Bogle be in vain. We must stand up as a race of people. We must fight for what we want, because that's what they did. They didn't go begging for it. Powerful people will never allow powerless people to gain power. Dr. John Henry Clark. But guess what? This is the year 2020. This is when we know that all life matters. Not just black people, but every person on the planet Earth. I'm not happy. This is not my happy Emancipation Day. My emancipation started from birth. Give thanks to Rastafari. Please like and share this video. And if you have not subscribed to my channel as yet, please do so. Rastafari live. Aluta continua.